Mostani vendégünk Miroslav lesz Szerbiából. Megnézhetjük, vagy meghallgathatjuk tele, hogy ők hogyan kezelik a helyzetet. So first of all, thank you very much, Miroslav, that you are taking your time and helping us to make this interview.
Thank you, Marcel. Thank you. Let me thank you, and let me greet the idea, because the idea is wonderful to hear from the people in surrounding countries and this part of the Southeast Europe, how they are handling this crisis. This is a social crisis. This is a crisis of business. So in each country is different, but yet if we really cross what we know and what is happening between us, we might get out smarter and stronger. And I really commend what you are doing.
Thank you very much. This is the basic idea, that to learn from each other.
Great idea.
Thank you. Would you please explain yourself a little bit, that what are you doing in Serbia, and what is your connection with real estate?
Okay, my name is Miroslav Cvetković. I have been, in February was 24 full years as my agency Cvetković Roškov Real Estate is existent on the Serbian market. I'm also the vice president of our association, Real Estate Cluster of Serbia, and a member of our group in Chamber of Commerce, board member. Also, I'm the first Serbian realtor alongside with my colleague from Niš, Slaviša, and we started being realtors and member of the NAR since 2015, when for the first time we visited the NAR conference that was in San Diego at that time. So I've been doing business here in Serbia for quite some time. And we are facing what we have been facing for the past 3 or 4 weeks. In Serbia, since it will be on Sunday, exactly 3 weeks, how our government has put us in the state of emergency. Our borders are closed now. And since the people in Serbia weren't very obeying, and they were socializing, having their social life as if this crisis is not present or non-existent, we do have the restrictions of movement from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. Basically, most of the businesses are really in hibernation, and let's talk only about the real estate business in which we are, and try to have some thoughts from each other and to see how we are operating. First and foremost, we have the obligation toward our clients and toward the whole population to preserve the health. That's our main goal, so that not people get infected, and really care about the health of our inhabitants, also about the care of our agents and our families. So we are staying at home. The businesses that were pending, so we do have pre-contracts, and then in some time we do have contracts and payments, either by the mortgage system, or people are having money on the bank account. Those businesses are really in the process of finishing off. There are some areas in the real estate, like land, like houses or flats that are vacant, that people are not living in, that there is a possibility of sales. When in the cases where people are living inside the flats, it is quite inappropriate now to go and show those apartments, those houses, due to the corona or COVID-19 virus. So we had some viewings at the beginning before everything was really shutting down, with the extreme precautions that were imposed by the Ministry of Health and World Health Organization. So there were some showings with masks and gloves and with full protection as it can be. But everything is now closing down, so we are really doing business what we can online, and really using this time in the best possible manner to do something for ourselves. What we can do in the state of this. First, I think it is the biggest progress in the technological sense, that all the agents are starting using Zoom.
Yes.
So because that's the best and the fastest way that we can exchange ideas and have meetings with our agents and agents with their clients, and really trying to maintain what's called the positive thoughts. Because there are a couple of ways that you can function. One is a panic mode, where you can really go along the flow and read all the news that you can get, the fake news, the real news. It's really burdening, and a lot of people are publishing what they are publishing. So it's really sometimes in a domain of panic. On the other hand, we can do really something as in a protective mode and try to get the best out of ourselves. Yes. Try to do everyday education, and also to contact our clients. There are two ways. One is really to ask them how they are, the younger agents, because in the case of my company, well, there are younger agents which are really can move around, and we do have plus 65 year, over 65, our clients that really cannot go by law out of the house. What is very important is that our agents know and know what, in a sense, nobody is a prophet. We don't have a crystal ball, so we can say in 2 months the prices will go down or go up. We have to communicate with our clients to stay safe at home, and we shall see and do the best we can for them when the crisis is over. Yes. At this point, we can preserve the clear mind and the good positive thoughts with our clients, not to be the ones that are really doing anything that might cause the panic. There are some people who are, and also the media, who are very you know, they're just a number of clicks. How many clicks are you going to get, because there are no newspapers to sell? So you have the idea of really giving the headlines, the prices will fall this much or that much, which is not based upon any economical or systematic calculation. So now it's who's going to bid for more. Is it going to fall 15%? Is it going to fall 25%? And that is something that can disrupt the market when the whole crisis is going to go down, and ultimately it will go down. It went down in China in 3 months, so not to expect that it's going to last somewhere if we are all obeying the precautions and the non-movement, what we were told to do. So basically what we can do is to keep contact with our clients, just keep them informed what is working, what is not working. Our public notaries are working. We can go to the public notary, we can make a purchase at this time, but we cannot do some other things which are based on going to some different state institutions like cadastre book, like some other things. If we need to fetch something, some of the documentation to complete for the purpose of sales.
What do you expect that what will happen with the market prices, and if anything happened already or not? Because we see that in some countries the rental market already decreased, and we don't really see what will happen with the selling prices. The question, how is it in your country?
It really depends upon the whole economic situation, how each and every country is going to respond to the economic crisis that is going to follow the crisis that we have, the social crisis, and the crisis that we are in now, the medical crisis. So there was a concerning Serbia. I haven't seen for Hungary, but in the countries bordering in the Southeast Europe, the Erste Group gave the day before yesterday some kind of information what they published, that in Serbia will be the least affected country in the Southeast Europe in comparison to others. So I did repost that on my Facebook just to keep people calm. There will be some parts of the industry that will recover more in a more slower pace. There are some which are going to move faster to regain the positions they had to mark prior to this. So I would divide the renting segment from the selling segment, because the renting segment is really in a conjunction with the economic recovery of the country. So there are people that are moving to bigger cities like Belgrade, I presume, like moving to Budapest. I know that people in Croatia are moving to Zagreb, but the people are a lot of them losing their jobs, especially in Croatia, where the economy is quite based on their tourism, and the next season there will be no touristic season in Croatia, so they will hit hard by this crisis. In Serbia, I don't think that will be in that amount. So there will be bigger loss in the renting, especially Airbnb rentals, which are solely connected to the tourism and visit of the cities, also in the businessmen. So I think that will really hit harder, and there will be corrections in prices until the crisis are over. But we shall see what is going to be with the selling market. There will be some decrease, but we shall see the extent of the decrease. And I dislike really the comparison with 2008 and 2009, when the world economic crisis hit. It was completely different economic game than it is now. Yeah. So I don't believe it's going to have such an impact on the real estate market as it did then.
Okay. How the let's say the advertising sites and all the companies that you are connected with, how do they react, and what was the first impression?
Some of our colleagues did really well and organized the whole industry of real estate and wrote letters with a petition that something should be changed, because we really have a complete real estate business, and when the sales especially are in the hibernation. So some of them really gave for free.
Yeah.
Until this state of emergency and the whole crisis is on. Some of them gave deductions from 50 to 70%, and some didn't do really anything. So I think that the advertising market will really be different after this crisis is over. So the ones that were supporting us, and by that we were supporting them, not to go away from the advertisement in general, will be, let's say, more popular, and will have us as a partners in the future. The ones who were short-sighted, who weren't able to see that we really cannot pay if we don't make money, well, they will be out of business as the real estate is concerned. So some gave.
Do you using Facebook for advertising real estate?
Yes. That's a good channel. Social media is something that is really going to gain on its usage, and it's going to gain on in the general public. So rather much more than the classical sites, websites, or portals of everything.
Totally agree with you. And for the last, what do you expect when it will be over? What do you have any idea? Did you make any calculations that what will happen if it will end within 2-3 months?
I sincerely hope, and somewhere I think I'm right, it will be end of May or beginning of June, when it will be in the down phase. So from then on, I think we shall have the more security. It really depends now on the slope, on the escalation at this time, and the number of infected people. Yes. So if people are staying at home, if people are obeying what the government and the Ministry of Health are suggesting and imposing for that matter, the crisis will last less.
I understand you. And thank you very much, Miroslav, that you...
Thank you. I really hope that we can share ideas, and you will connect me to that Facebook of yours that we can share, and I can reshare and repost here in Serbia what is happening in the other parts of the world. So we can make, I believe, in some kind of Zoom meetings like this with a bigger number of participants. That would be good for our industry, especially.
Okay. That's right. I totally understand. I totally agree with you. Thank you very much once more, and keep in touch. Okay.
Thank you, Marcel, so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.